Thank you, thank you, thank you for joining me. Second live for the morning rather. Uh, More shenanigans going on. Entertainment, gospel world. God help us all. I don't know what's going on. But I'm bringing you the said information. I will be bringing you several sources pertaining to Mr. Kirk Franklin and his son, Carry On. So you can go back and verify for yourself the said information. I thank you all for joining me. It is a bit late. Hello, Dime a Dozen. How you doing? Thank you all so much. I thought I was off of here, but I'm back. Thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and knock this out the box because it's already on the table. So we're just going to deal with it. Thank you all for joining. I got 12 viewing. Thank you so much. Hi. Thank you. Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for joining me. Hello, Dorothy. Thank you all. Thank you all for joining me. This is more craziness going on with Mr. Franklin and his son. I don't know what's going on with these two. It's now become vile. More allegations. I don't know what is the truth. But we're going to discuss this in a civilized manner if possible. There may be some humor in here. You know, people will share a laugh or two, or not to make light of any allegations being made on either party. But know that the information I'm bringing to you are just that, allegations. And in my commentary, I will not be saying who is right, who is wrong. I will weigh both sides, and I will give commentary to the fact of both sides. What could be ain't, which and so ever. Thank you so much. Thank you, Cupcake 701. Thank you, honey. Thank you, baby. Thank you so much. I got 19 in the room. I'm going to get started because I have a lot to bring to you guys. We're going to work our way back to the problems with Mr. Kirk Franklin and Carry On, his adult son. And I'm going to start with the first source, which is Ebony. Kirk Franklin's son made allegations against him 3 years ago, coming up 3 years ago, that he tried to kill him, allegedly. And this was updated July 30th, 2018. This article is by Ebony, if you need verification for the source. Kirk Franklin's estranged son accuses musician of trying to kill him. Kirk Franklin's eldest child has accused the gospel mainstay of trying to kill him in a recent social media post. Carrie Franklin has been estranged from his father for years, according to Black Christian News, BCN, making an appearance on Instagram last month to make the bizarre claim toward the Grammy-winning songwriter. In a now deleted screenshot obtained by BCN, Carrie calls his father sneaky while declaring, "My own father is trying to kill me." And this is the post at that time that was made coming up 3 years ago. Franklin shares two children, Kennedy and Keziah, with wife Tammy. Carry On, Franklin's eldest child, is from a previous relationship. Tammy's daughter, Carrington, from a previous relationship, was adopted by the gospel legend. The accusation comes just 1 month after Franklin revealed his sister would be heading to prison for 30 years. Although the gospel superstar didn't go into detail, he stated plainly that it had been a rough week for his family after discovering how much time his sibling received. This was a post by Mr. Franklin at that time. "My sister was just sentenced to 30 years in prison. I now feel the weight of wondering if I could have done more." And that was the post made years ago. Sorry, you all can see that. Verification there. An old post. I believe that's the end of the article. That's kind of short and sweet. It's very strange. Okay, I don't know. That's all I got from that article. It seems very short. I don't know why this son said this. He put up this post. It's very odd, but I'm going to read that said post, which is the son had put up years ago. This is the said post that was deleted several years ago, a few years back. That is from Carry On. A few years back. And I'm going to read you the post. Dragon Sacrifice. If anything happens, it's at Kirk Franklin Sneaky ASS. A lot of funny bleep been happening, and he's in LA right now hiding from me, and I haven't heard from him. So I'm just leaving this here for safety purposes. I can't deal with this bleep on my own anymore. I'm done. My life is too valuable. In real time, hashtag offline, hashtag so what? So this was a post a few years back. As I state, this article was updated July 30th, 2018. This is very strange stuff going on with these people. This is by Ebony if you need verification. That is the first source. Oh, I want to take you back to all the things that have been going on. Okay. I don't know what's going on with these people. Okay, this is the second source, and this is by hotnewhiphop.com. Kirk Franklin's estranged son accuses father of physical abuse. This was uploaded March 15th of this year. Kirk Franklin's estranged son, Kerrion Franklin, says the gospel artist was verbally and physically abusive. Kerrion Franklin, the 33-year-old estranged son of recording artist Kirk Franklin, came forward over the weekend and accused his father of verbal abuse, leaking an explicit phone call that they allegedly had recently. During the call, Kirk allegedly threatens his son and tells him, "I'll put a foot in your double hockey sticks," or hockey, you know what. The heated exchange has resulted in a media circus surrounding the allegations, which continues on Monday. I don't know why, with Kerrion's latest claims. This is a social media post made by Kerrion Rashad, Instagram. "I don't need another man to speak on my behalf. Hashtag Ricky Smiley Morning Show. He has his own podcast. Where are the good words for me? ? Let's dive deeper into the tape since my father won't post it himself. Period. He has been recording me for many conversations. He has his own files. Let's talk about why counseling stopped because you caused hashtag battery. I still didn't press charges and you quit counseling. All the money you ever spent can't replace the..." I don't know what's under that. It stops there. Let me see. Hold on. Oh, Lordy. Go into all this. This is insane to me. Try to finish it all for you. It's a long post, so let me finish. Let's dive deeper into the tape since my father won't post it himself. Period. He has been recording me for many conversations. He has his own files. Let's talk about why counseling stopped because you caused hashtag battery. I still didn't press charges and you quit counseling. All the money you ever spent can't replace the lack of effort. Ricky Smiley said he wanted to shoot his son, ? This is how we're using our platforms, ? This is very upsetting to see a man hide behind another man after putting hands on me on multiple occasions, threatening to beat my you know what, in front of TMZ too, ? Call me a liar again and I'll release more tape. I'm giving you a chance to leave me alone. I said I was done and here y'all come. Everyone except my family. Now I face the world. I am bringing awareness to hashtag parental abuse. This was never about counseling. My dad, this was never to sabotage his entire career. This was a call to treat me better and to hashtag Ricky Smiley Morning Show. Since I read conversation right now, why can't you actually speak to my dad on the air? Why he behind you? ? Nobody is behind me, man of my own. So why does it matter how I speak to another grown man if he should block me or should he pray for our healing? You said both. I am sick of the contradictions and the back and forth. I am done. Exclamation point. As long as my name is in the media, more of this tape will be released. I have him a chance to be honest, and even his apology was not in #truth. He has many recordings of me. Show me where I cuss at. Question mark. Can you? Question mark. Why would I gaslight a narcissist? They are the real masters of #gaslighting, #gaslighting awareness, #parental abuse survivor, #awareness. Say what you want. I'm standing firm. We can keep this up. You should have chose to make peace with me, not provoke me. Capital letters, provoke me. Reread your Bible, please. Bibles, please. Capital letters. If that's what you get paid to read, exclamation point. Hashtag, lowercase, let stalk, #America, it's a rodeo. Ricky Smiley, your message is very one-sided, sir. You used to joke with me backstage at concerts at church in Dallas. Should he pray for me or block me? God love me. I'm still God's child either way. Praying hands. Oh, wow, this is deep. #thoughts, #battery, #baffled. Oh, Lord have mercy. I just thought I just went into the Twilight Zone. Just bringing you verifications of what is being said as to it can make some sense to you. You can have verification of what I just wrote, what I just read to you, excuse me, by hotnewhiphop.com. That is where this said information came from. Oh, Lordy. I don't know what this video is because I have to be careful playing anything that has music in it. So I don't know what this is. Let me let it play. How you all doing? Thanks for joining me. I got Night Owl on board. Lord, y'all are really commenting. He not asking too much as a son. He doesn't want to be abused anymore. I respect his son, and he handled it maturely. Leave him alone. Just think kids ask their dad to leave him alone, so abuse is real. Okay. Pepper said that famous people sometimes have to work out family problems in public when you have fame. Okay. I don't know. I don't think uploading material to the public is a good idea. I just don't think. Because all of that video was not, all that audio was not the entire conversation, in my opinion. But like I said, I'm not taking sides. I'm just saying I wouldn't have uploaded the video if I wasn't going to reveal the entire conversation, because one's going to now wonder what exactly was said on both sides to lead to all this, the exchange of Mr. Kirkland cursing him. And then now they say Steve Harvey calls him out for saying something, him leaking out the video. I don't know what Kirk Franklin's, I don't know what Mr. Steve Harvey has to say. I'm just reading this inside this article. Oh, Lord. Now Steve Harvey has something to say. Jesus, help us all. I'm just waiting to see what Mr. Harvey had to say. Having known Kirk Franklin for years, Steve Harvey spoke on the situation on his radio show this week, sticking up for the Christian singer, saying his son had it coming. Okay. And this is in the same article I just read. Kirk Franklin has always been there for me, so I called him and I told Kirk, I'm having a tough day today, and I just called blah, 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 because you didn't do anything wrong. And Steve, about the leaked phone call, said Steve about the phone call. It's moving kind of fast. So Steve Harvey reached out to Mr. Franklin. If you need verification of what I just read, HNHH is the source. HNHH. hotnewhiphop.com for this source, because I'm bringing you one source after the other to get to the bottom of this. With that exchange over the weekend, with the son leaking out the said information of Mr. Franklin cursing at him, as I said, I don't know what they were arguing about, talking about, disputing about, but it is nonetheless craziness, nonsense for it to have to come out. And Mr. Franklin has apologized for cursing, and I'm going to play a bit of that interview via GMA of what took place, just as apology. This morning, See, now I can't play that with that music in there. Hold on a second. See, that's what I was worried about. Hold on. Because I want to get struck.
15-time Grammy Award-winning gospel artist Kirk Franklin will open up in his first interview since being accused of verbally...
Oh, come on now. I knew this was going to happen. Hold on, you guys. Because I got to make sure no music plays in these videos. Thank you.
But others are saying that Kirk Franklin should be held accountable.
They're saying Kirk Franklin should be held accountable. Some people. I'm just waiting until he comes up because I don't want. Why does this video keep doing this? This is weird. See, this the devil. He said, I don't want y'all talking about that mess. You know, what's going on? I'm trying to get it where to play back.
Controversy surrounding his estranged son, Carry-On, who leaked audio from a profanity-laced phone call between the two last Saturday.
It's not very loud.
In the audio, which has since gone viral, the singer is heard threatening the 32-year-old. His son responded this way.
I dare you. I dare you. I dare you.
The 51-year-old issuing an apology on Twitter the same day.
My son and I had an argument that he chose to record. I felt extremely disrespected in that conversation, and I lost my temper. And I said words that are not appropriate. And I'm sincerely sorry to all of you. We've been having challenges with my oldest son for years. And again, as he's gotten older, his disrespect has become more aggressive.
Later today, Franklin and his wife will appear on Tamron Hall's talk show to address those allegations of abuse from his son on a second recording.
Even though he's an adult, nearly 33 years old, he is alleging parental abuse.
Excuse me.
I know the truth. He knows the truth. And I love him. But I'm confident that there hasn't been any physical abuse. I mean, we've had therapy and counseling sessions and documentation long enough to know that the deeper issue is we've been just trying to help our son.
And you can see more of Franklin's interview on Tamron Hall later today. Check your local listings for air times.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out.
Okay, that's him giving his commentary. GMA is the source for that. If you need information, you can find that on YouTube.
Kirk Franklin and his wife, Tammy.
Next
For joining us.
is Tamron Hall Show, YouTube. Verification.
Absolutely. So let me start with just trying to unpack and understand what's going on here, Kirk. And this is a developing story. So to be clear, we're talking about the things that have happened so far that have been made public. Your 32-year-old son, Carry-On, posted a video of an exchange between the two of you. It was clearly very heated. It was a phone call, and it contained profanity and anger. Let me play some of it.
I dare you. I dare you. I dare you. I dare you. I'm home. I did it.
Just hours after the release of that, Kirk posted his own video to fans. Here's a portion of it.
Recently, my son and I had an argument that he chose to record. I felt extremely disrespected in that conversation, and I lost my temper. And I said words that are not appropriate. And I'm sincerely sorry to all of you. I sincerely apologize. I want you to know,
Okay,
as a
Coco.
father, that during that conversation, I called the family therapist and got that therapist on the phone to try to help. He never played that part of the recording.
Again, this show is about gospel music. It's not about Kirk Franklin, but this real news happened, and you both have agreed to talk to us. Kirk, let me start with, how did you learn the video had been posted?
Well, a lot of people in our family and community, they privately have known for over 20 years of the tension and challenges that we've been going through as a family privately. I have 4 children. When I married my wife, I had a son, and my wife had a daughter that I adopted. And so my oldest son and my bonus daughter, who's really my daughter, we raised them together, and we have a great relationship with my oldest son's mother. Her name is Sean Ewing. She's an incredible woman. And early on, Tammy, Sean, and myself, we started to realize that there needed to be some deeper help with things that was happening with our son. And so around when he was a teenager, we started him in therapy and counseling, and we've had him in and out of counseling and therapy for over 20 years. And as Carry-On became a grown man, when he became a grown man, his disrespect became more aggressive. And so, once again, family members and friends and close friends, as a matter of fact, that was my close friend that was on the phone. I tried to get him on the phone to try to help with the situation. His name is John Drummond. So that was him that was laughing in the middle of the conversation. It wasn't my wife. It wasn't Sean. It was my best friend, who's like an uncle to Carry-On. He's known Carry-On since Carry-On was 1. So, just as a family, we've been trying to rally for years to try to help. And like I said, now that he's about to be 33, as a grown man, the relationship at times can become very agitated and very frustrated in trying to help. But I'm not going to stop trying to help. He's my son. He's my son. He's my firstborn. And I never want him to feel what I've felt not having a father. So even though it gets tense and tight, when he calls from time to time, I will answer his call, even though I expect it to sometimes kind of derail. It's important for me because what if that call is the call that things change? So I never know, and I never want to give up.
You and Tammy have been married for 25 years. You talk about this blended family unit with that you refer to with involving Carry-On's mother and your children. Kirk, you know that the second tape that Carry-On has now released on social media, the audio is grainy, but he is accusing you of parental abuse. Even though he's an adult, nearly 33 years old, he is alleging parental abuse. What is your response to that?
I love my son, and I've tried very privately to keep all of the areas that we've been working with him in counseling as a private matter. We've been having challenges with my oldest son for years. And again, as he's gotten older, his disrespect has become more aggressive. But I'm confident that his mother, myself, Tammy, a family, there's never been anything physical that concerns me or even makes me uncomfortable, because I know the truth. He knows the truth, and I love him. And as a grown man, I am still his dad, and when it becomes aggressive, I still have to have a level of respect. I gotta have. I'm still your daddy, and there's still got to be respect, and there can't be levels of disrespect. But I'm confident that there hasn't been any physical abuse. I mean, we've had therapy and counseling sessions and documentation long enough to know that the deeper issue is we've been just trying to help our son, to try to help.
Let me ask you, Kirk, And I want to get Tammy in on this, but just quickly,
Yes.
because you talk about the respect you feel you or do you respect Carrion?
Yes. Yes. I respect Carrion. I'm not Carrion's equal, though. I'm not his equal. I'm his dad. And when you talk to me, especially about things that you say that you want from me, I can't hear you when you are extremely aggressive when we're communicating. And that's why a lot of times Carrion and I haven't talked sometimes for a year or two.
Tammy, let me bring you in because I want to get some perspective from your view, because Kirk is talking about aggression from Carrion. We hear aggression on that call from both of them. You know them both, and you've been at Kirk's side for 25 years. What did you hear there? And clearly, this is ongoing. This is not the fairy tale family ending. The family is feuding, and the whole family's hurting. What did you hear there?
Well, I wasn't a part of the conversation as my husband has expressed, although there have been some people who assume that I was. I can tell you that it has been a very hard and difficult situation with our family for years, to the point where my husband has to have someone on the phone to help, because it has become that combustible, I would say. Even the counselor got on the phone that day. There were apologies exchanged. There was a desire to continue or start back, I would say, counseling. And so when there is challenges, and when they start off young, as early as, junior high, and then now it's continuing as an adult, you are now communicating and dealing not only with your child, but with your adult child, a grown man. And so the aggressiveness and the nature is different. And, that's what I have experienced. I know you're asking me particularly about that particular call. I wasn't, a part of it.
Right. But you've experienced this for the many years.
Oh, absolutely.
I just want to make sure real quick that our audience knows and realizes we did reach out to Carrion over the course of the last few days and received no response from him. But Kirk, I do want to, because I know you wanted to say something else to me. Are you still trying to reach him? I know you've been estranged, and this call and all of the pain and the anger with it. Are you both still trying to reach out and figure out a way forward?
Yes, I think that this one is very painful because having my son record our conversations was a big shock for me. I had no idea that he was. Well, he's threatened it, but because he's threatened so many other things, I was just confident that I'm going to keep fighting for him. And even in our conversation, if the fight gets tense, I just want to not give up on that one chance to maybe that one phone call, maybe the words of, I'm ready to get help. I'm ready to go back to therapy and get the help that I know that I need. And so I just never wanted to give up on that opportunity, even though sometimes the conversation just goes left. So, I ask y'all to keep praying for our family. I would love to see God's hand do a major intervention. Please pray for his mother. She's releasing her own statements and videos. She's a great woman, and that's her only child, and she's really going through a lot with this. And so, and just pray for all of the kids and for the entire family.
Yeah, I'd like to say too that anyone that is familiar with counseling, it's a process, and it's a journey, and it's hard, and it's stopping and starting, and it's building trust. And when you stop, it's like starting all over again. And I've seen some comments even on social media, taking sides, so to speak. And there is no side to this. This is news for everyone, but this is something we've been living with for years, for all of our marriage, for 25 years. And when this is no longer news for everyone, we're still a family left, even though we're a family of faith. It's hard.
You addressed your fans and you apologized to your fans. is there more to say about the weight, I guess, the responsibility when you are seen as someone, as a role model? Is there more you need to say to the fans and to the people who've listened to your music and who heard those words and were surprised or disappointed?
No, people have every right to be disappointed and hear me use that language. I'm disappointed in myself for using that language. And at the same time, I'm human. I'm a father. And I'm a father that has a son. And I have a history. I have a history of a toxic, challenging, turbulent relationship with a grown man now that I'm still trying to fight for. And in that fight, it can become so difficult that my humanity, unfortunately, that day won. And I'm going to keep trying while still continuing to admit that I am an imperfect man fighting to serve a perfect God.
If you need verification for that, that is an upload to YouTube. Tamron Hall Show. That is one of my other sources. I bring a source for everything. So if you need verification, Tamron Hall Show. You can go to YouTube to get the verification for that. Before that was GMA, Good Morning America, also YouTube. And before that, the allegation of physical abuse against Mr. Franklin by his son, hotnewhiphop.com. Queen always brings a source. Now we're going to, oh Lord, it's just, I don't understand what's going on with these people. It just seems like it's just getting crazier and crazier. Okay. Last week, the video, well, the audio got leaked out via social media from the son, Kerryon Franklin, a 33-year-old adult male, of words being exchanged between he and his father. Now, anyone with sense would know that that's only a short clip of whatever went on. That whole entire conversation was not revealed. And I refuse to believe Kirk just went off for no reason. Something was said by either party. TD Jake's name was brought up into this conversation, which I don't think that was right to bring TD Jake's name into it, because that was throwing another person into the fold, and you don't do that. I don't agree with the audio coming out. I just feel like there was a better way of handling that. But as I stated, I do not know these people. I don't know who said what to whom. I don't know what's going on with these people. But I'm going to weigh all sides. So right now, what I've been doing is taking notes from what is being said, so I'm not watching the chat. That's why I have moderators. But there's something going on with these people, and I'm going to weigh all that. So now we have new allegations of something being said in a conversation with some music playing between Mr. Kerryon and whomever, and the word molester comes out of his mouth. It's being heard in audio. So as I state, the next is Ace Showbiz. That's my next source. New audio leak reveals Kirk Franklin allegedly molested son Kerryon despite abuse denial. Following Kirk's interview in which he claimed there hasn't been any physical abuse, the leaked audio tape captures Kerryon allegedly calling his father his molester. This was uploaded March 19th this week. Ace Showbiz. Another tea is spilled on Kirk Franklin's fractured relationship with his son, Kerryon Franklin. Following the gospel singer's first interview addressing their feud, he's now exposed for allegedly molesting his own son. On Thursday, March 18th, YouTube blogger Armin Wiggins revealed the receipt he's got in which someone who said his name is Kerryon called Kirk his molester. According to Armin, based on the info he got from his source, the audio was recorded at a hostel in Los Angeles during 2020 Christmas Day. In the leaked audio, Kerryon got into a bickering with his friends during which he claimed he's the son of a famous person. Later, when Kirk's son was played, Kerryon said, "Thanks for playing my molester's music." Armin, however, reminded his viewers and followers that what he spilled was all allegedly. Just a day prior, Kirk explained to Tamron Hall that led to his very public fallout with his son, Kerrion, revealing that his son has had issues that took him in and out of counseling and therapy for over 20 years. He claimed that Kerrion became more aggressive as he became a grown man. Kirk claimed that he has been trying to rally for years to try to help his son, and like I said now, that he's about to be 33 as a grown man, the relationship at times can become very agitated, very frustrated. Though the counseling and therapy didn't seem to be successful just yet, the 51-year-old added, "I'm not going to stop trying to help. You know, he's my son." Kirk, however, denied Kerrion's allegation that he had abused him. And again, as he's gotten older, his disrespect has become more aggressive, but I'm confident that his mother, myself, Tammy, my family, there's never been anything physical that concerns me or even makes me uncomfortable because I know the truth. He knows the truth and I love him. He said, he stressed later, I'm confident that there hasn't been any physical abuse. Kerrion previously leaked his phone call with his father in which the singer used expletives while berating him. Kerrion defended leaking the phone call, saying, "He got the recordings. I didn't record them without knowing. He knows I'm always recording and still provokingly talks to me while very often, too often." Meanwhile, Kirk has apologized for it. Recently, my son and I had an argument that he chose to record. I felt extremely disrespected in that conversation and I lost my temper and I said words that are not appropriate. He explained in the video, "I am sincerely sorry to all of you. I sincerely apologize." That is the said information by Ace Showbiz. Okay. I'm not going to show that part of the video. I'm going to go over to another source. Hold on one second. Oh, this is just nightmarish to me. I don't know what to say about these people. Thank you all for waiting and listening to me. Kirk sounds like he's molesting his son the way he's talking. Okay. I don't know anything. I'll get to all that here in just a second. Jesus. I don't know what to say. What I'm about to bring to you is from a blogger, Hollywood Unlocked. Hope it's okay that I use this footage so they can hear what was said in the said commentary. And we'll just go from there.
For those of people that say that I'm lying,
So I have to be careful playing that music, see?
the people that say
Because I can't get flagged for playing that. I don't have the copyrights to the song. Oh, it's so daunting. Jesus Christ. Hold on one second. Because I have to bleep that out some type of way. This is why I said all this is ridiculous to me. You have to go listen to it for yourself because I can't have that audio. If you want to verify what was said in that commentary, that he is accusing his father of being indeed a molester and saying it out of his own mouth, you should go to Instagram or YouTube, Hollywood Unlocked. You will hear the audio of Kerrion saying, "Oh, so you're going to play my molester's music." And we'll leave it at that. There's also commentary with the mother. The mother has spoken and given an interview. And it is also on YouTube. And I thought I had it up here. I don't see it now. Thanks for joining me. Sorry I'm not engaging right now. I'm just trying to get all that information out to you guys. Yes, Woo Child is right. My head is spinning. SNMU is really commenting. What is going on? Carrie's mother has spoken. Sister has spoken. The sister has spoken. She's defending the father. I've read you all those said comments from her. I can't pull up everything because, Lord, it's just like notes on top of notes. It's just weird. Jesus. I don't know what's going on with these people. Sad. No, she's not popping up. This is weird. Well, I don't know why it's not coming up. The mother's interview. Probably a sign. This is strange. I just had it pulled up. Now it won't even pop up. This is very weird.
Introducing Allcam MyEye, the most advanced wearable AI for vision impairment. The tiny device magnetically snaps onto the side of glasses.
Yeah, it's a lot. Never think I see this much stuff in my life.
All you have to do is
Oh, Air Force. What did he say? Steve Harvey in his real show said, what? Get off Kirk's back. Okay. Mercy. Air Force, he's mistreated his older children. Okay.
But things kind of didn't go that way. And that's okay because families go through things. And this is, we are just going to let people eavesdrop on conversations that we've had over the last couple of years.
I'm going to try to just bring you a little bit of this interview, not too much, because I don't want to take up much time. I'm already 40 minutes in and I haven't even engaged.
For some time now. So just give everybody else some background.
This is Carrie-Ann's mother responding to what's been transpiring between the father and son.
I have a son. His name is Carrie-Ann Franklin.
I don't know if you can even hear it.
He's my only child. I love him. And we have had challenges, of course, when you're a teenage parent.
Let me know if you can hear the audio or not. If not, I'll just tell you where to go find it for yourself.
Kirk Franklin and I have been co-parents. And even though our son will be 33 in a couple of months, he's still our child. And
Okay.
we vowed to work together with raising him, parenting him, and even though we've had some challenges, we still remain co-parents. A lot of times people haven't heard from me. I haven't made a lot of noise in the news, behind Kirk. And for what or why, But we're here because some private information was leaked and Kirk kind of lost his cool. And we talk about cancel culture. And I was thinking, I can't leave Kirk out here by himself on this one. So I'm really not talking to y'all, anyone else. I'm really talking to my son. But you all will get a glimpse of this because of it was made public. So that's why we're here.
But so for the last couple of years, I know that things have been posted online.
Yes.
By your son. So just kind of paint the picture as to, I guess, how things kind of climax to what we are dealing with today.
Well, when an individual, child or someone is, so to speak, rebelling against their parents, and you hold them to a point of accountability, sometimes you get pushback. And sometimes you get pushed back because they say things are not fair, or sometimes you get pushed back because they are in a rebellious state. And in order, as you're working through that,
this is Carry On's mother, not Kirk Franklin's wife.
Carry On felt at one point that his father was trying to kill him. And when I got wind of it and we talked about it, I said, Carry On, I don't care who it is. If anybody's trying to hurt you, then, you know, we can go file a police report. We will deal with it. I'm not saying my son is not hurting from us being teenage parents. I'm not saying my son doesn't have a testimony, but what I am saying is you were not abandoned. No one abdicated their responsibility towards you. You are loved. You are loved, Carry On Franklin. And I'll look in the camera and say that you are loved. We support you then. We support you now. We support you tomorrow. But there's a way to deal with it. And all we've tried to do as parents is work through the issue, get our son to a point of being a productive citizen in society, as well as having a good life. So, but things kind of didn't go that way. And that's okay because families go through things. But we don't get to use a part of an audio and not understand the true history of counseling, therapy, godly counsel, holding Carry On responsible, holding Kirk responsible, holding myself responsible, because I want to deal with what my son needs to deal with. And unfortunately, we're now having to do it here.
And just some background about you, because you have experience in helping people who have had trauma with your work in the Women's Center. And you and I have just talked several times about the Me Too movement, just in our own personal conversations.
Absolutely.
And I know you feel passionately about just if there is an allegation or if there is something that has happened, just to go about it the right way.
Right. We're not saying that a victim, and sometimes it takes years for a victim to come forward, to be able to have the strength and the courage to tell their story. What I am saying is it's not fair to cancel somebody out before you have formally filed a complaint, made a police report, and given the way for investigation. We are quick, especially for Black men, to cancel them out. And if this happens to one Black man, that means it could happen to my son in the future. That means it could happen to his father. That means it could happen to the next man of God, woman of God, the next parent, the next boy or girl. So it's a danger when we take that into consideration, where someone can just come forth and say something without a protocol in order to deal with it. And we have a protocol. Sometimes people do wait too late to make a report past the statute of limitations. But we're not saying that you can't tell your testimony, but you shouldn't just run to social media first to cancel somebody out or to expose someone. And then if you are going to do that, make sure you expose yourself first. Deal with yourself first. So I worked at the Women's Center in Tarrant County for 6 years. And I worked in rape crisis and victim services. And that's when I really became educated on sexual assault, date rape, domestic violence, child sexual abuse. And then I went on and I worked for Volunteers of America. I worked at the Halfway House Reentry. I worked with all kinds of individuals with backgrounds, all types of gang members, bank robbers, arsonists, you name it. I've worked in the real deal. And then working there, trying to protect my son from that environment that I work in, when people become angry, dealing with your norm of teenage parenting, coming off the cuffs of being a teenage mom myself. It was a lot, to deal with. But I was rooted and grounded in God. And so as I've matured, I tried to work with his father to continue to parent our son. And most people would say, y'all shouldn't even be talking anymore. We talk when we need to talk about our son because that's how much we love him.
Yeah, and I will say that I commend your co-parenting between the both of you. It's been something that I've, admired, just watching how you guys have worked together on so many things. But let's talk about context, because you mentioned something earlier about taking a snippet of audio And people, it's kind of dangerous to make assumptions when you don't know the full context or conversation.
Right.
And you and I were talking over dinner about Proverbs 31. And I want you to bring that up because you made an interesting point.
Well, first, the most important thing is my son's soul. And I've shared when we gave Carry On when he was 16, we gave him a rite of passage ceremony. And I shared these same sentiments with Carry On then, and I feel it befitting to always start with God's word first, because my son's soul is most important to me. Have I made mistakes as a mother? Absolutely I have. Have I kind of lost my cool before? Absolutely I have. And I'm pretty sure if Carry On has some audio on Kirk, he may have some audio on me. So I'm here so we can go on and flush it out. And while we're flushing it out and while we're dealing with it publicly, then maybe we can also bless some other people along the way to say, hey, this is how we've done it. And sometimes it's very difficult. Sometimes we lose our cool. We don't condone violence or threatening, but discipline is important. And sometimes when somebody say, I am going to beat you, that don't literally mean they're going to beat them where they have bruises, cuts, broken bones, where they have those type of things. That means I'm going to discipline you because you're out of line.
And, in our culture, we always say it's better that I do it than have you go into the world and have a police officer do it.
You know what, Erica, and thank you for saying that, because in dealing with my son, I would rather have his father talk to him, toil with him, tarry with him, and deal with him, versus having some police officer who's trained, who doesn't love him, snuff him out because of his strong personality. I would rather his father deal with him. And so this is for my son. First, his father second, and then everybody else last. Because at the end of the day, most of the people who will hear me speak don't care nothing about Carry On Franklin, don't care nothing about Sean Ewing, don't care nothing about Kirk Franklin and his family. But I care about Carry On Franklin, and I care about Kirk Franklin because Carry On, that's his father.
Right. Talk about some of the opportunities or do you want to go on and share the scripture?
Yes, let me like I said, when Carry On was 16 and we had a rite of passage ceremony for him, I shared these sentiments with him, and I feel it only befitting to do it now. I'm coming from Proverbs 31, and a lot of times women have hijacked this book and they jump down to verse 10. They skip the first 9 verses. I'm not going to go through all 9, but I'm going to read the ones that is important. It says, Proverbs 31, the words King Lemuel, the utterance which his mother taught him. This was a book of a mother talking to her son about women, ways that destroys kings, and drinking too much of a wine and a strong drink. That's what I want to do. What, my son? And what, son of my womb? And what, son of my vows? Well, she started out talking about, what son? I'm hearing some chatter here. But most importantly, the relationship is important because you are my son. Right. Now, most scholars here, Erica, they don't really say who King Solomon was. But that's not really important. This mother who was talking to her son, who was a king, had a conversation that needed to be had with her son. And she says, and what son of my vows? So let me stop right here because I got to. I've never been married. So a lot of people say I was divorced. I can never be married. I mean, how could I be divorced?
Thank you.
If I've never been married. Kirk and I had a child out of wedlock. Okay. But here, when she says son of my vows, that can mean 2 things. We don't know if this woman was married, single, separated, or divorced. But what we do know is
that somewhere she gave her son back to God, or she had her sons within the confines of a vow in marriage. But single people, don't be discouraged because you had a child out of wedlock. He's still blessed and he still belonged to God, whether it's a he or a she. So if you gave if you gave your son back to God during a christening, that's okay. If you gave your son back to God through prayer, that you're going to raise him under the vow of Christianity, using a biblical stance, that's okay. But here she gets to verse 3. She says, do not give your strength to women, nor your ways to that which destroys kings.
What's going on here?
I'm not really going to read verse 4 because I want y'all to go there yourselves, because we've always jumped over the first 9 verses.
Because we thought it was girl
talk. She goes on to talk to him about not drinking wine and not drinking strong, intoxicating drink, because then you will forget and pervert the judgment of, first of all, what you need to do for yourself.
Y'all killing me.
I said this to Carry On when he was 16, and I'm saying this to him now. This mother who was talking to her son who was a king, like I said, some scholars think that this is a nickname for King Solomon, and we know all the women that he had in his life. But I'm not going to go there. I just want to get back to, she talked about women, ways that destroy kings, and strong drink. And that's important as we begin to evaluate, in order for us to say, what are we dealing with here? Are we dealing with rebellion? What are we dealing with here? Are we dealing with abuse? What are we dealing with here? Are we dealing with ungodly character? But we want to flush all of that out. And that's what I'm hoping that
mine's spinning too, but I want y'all to hear all of it. So, you know.
Get the help that he needs and become the man of God or the godly man that I know he can be, the talented man that I know that he is.
Ooh, Monica.
But let's talk about some of the help, because I know it's been a process.
Absolutely.
Talk about some of the opportunities that you guys have had, or he's had over the years, to kind of voice his grievances.
Right. We have, over the years as parents, we've afforded Carry On every opportunity. And when parents can afford their kids the opportunity to go to a therapist, go to a counselor, whether it's a psychologist, whether it's a psychiatrist, we've had godly men that we've tried to call to help
Trying to see how long it is.
And whatever the reason, at this point, we've always hit that wall of not being able to
Nikita.
And so I've even afforded Carry On, because sometimes people will think, oh, well, my dad has this, that, or the other, and he may feel that Kirk has some type of influence over the accountability that has to be held. I have insurance. We can go to counseling off of my insurance. You understand what I'm saying? So that you can pick somebody that don't even know us. Just pick somebody. But I expect whoever comes in to hold not only Kirk accountable, me accountable as his mother, and him accountable as a son, as a child. And a lot of people say, well, Carry On is a grown man. Yes, he's a grown man.
He is.
He's my son, that we're still working through some issues. See, he's still mine, whether he's 30, whether he's 40, whether he's 50. I'm not turning my back on him. And some men do it differently, because sometimes men will just, cut, their kids off. Now, I have my boundaries with Carry On. And each parent should have their boundary with their kids. Because if you try to continue to just give and give and give, it sometimes can turn into, I'm going to tell you what to do. I'm going to live my life how I want to. When you're grown and you want to live your life how you want to, you have that option. But if you want my help,
then you have to listen to some of the things that I say, and I want to listen to you. If I've hurt you, I know I've hurt Carry-On. I know Kirk have probably hurt Carry-On in some ways, being teenage parents, trying to maneuver through this thing called life in the role of a mother or a father. We don't deny that, but we've given you platforms to be able to do that.
Do you feel like there is still a little resentment there, or any resentment at all?
Resentment about? Can you?
Well, and I'm just going to speak from my personal experience, just being a product of parents who are not together. Do you think there is still, and this is looking at other families and seeing how, you know, the unit is still together and intact, and you kind of feel out of place sometimes?
I'm glad she asked that. That's a good question. That's one of my questions.
That's normal. We can't cure normal. We work through normal. I'm sure that Carry-On probably have felt out of place. I am sure that, you know, emotions, he has his emotions, his feelings. I'm sure he probably has not liked how his father has disciplined him. It may have been harsh at times. I'm pretty sure if Carry-On have some footage again on Kirk, I'm sure
y'all
he has
killing
taped
me.
Because he's told me he has taped me. But I'm saying, let's go on and put it all out on the table so that we can get past this. And I don't know where it's going to go for Kirk and his family. But for me, Kirk has never given me a reason at this point to think that he's not ride or die to get his son back to a place of the altar of repentance and forgiveness. Carry-On will be 33 years old in a couple of months. We still try to stand and work together as co-parents to try to work through this issue. We've done it for years, where we could have walked away. We could have said, okay, he's grown now.
Because a lot of parents do. They count down till you're 18, and then you know, it's hands off.
Absolutely, and to a certain extent, we do have to be hands off. But does it mean that we try not to say, if we don't try to continue to work with our son, what is the altar for? What is repentance for? What is the unconditional
But Kendra, what are you talking about?
God
She ain't had no problem. What is you saying?
God does it. And everybody who has made a mistake since they have professed Jesus Christ as Lord, the blood that has covered them, everybody who professes that, to say just to cut a child off because they grown, then don't go back to the altar asking God for forgiveness.
Right. Yeah. That's so
at the end of the day, I don't care what nobody else do. Sean Ewing is ride or die for Carry-On Franklin. And I don't like people trying to come at my son from a place of ill will. We have some issues that we're trying to deal with.
But that does not take away the love. You know that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Not my love as a mother, it doesn't.
Now, have you reached out to him or talked to him since?
And how I found out about the situation, his father called me. We talk. We communicate. We do what we have to do. We say what we have to say. He goes his way and I go my way. I got a call on Saturday. I was at an event for my church. Shout out to Infinite House of Praise Ministries in Grand Prairie, Texas, where our pastor is Dr. Roger Gill Williams Sr., along with his lovely wife, Lady. Root is a new type of car insurance that looks deeper than traditional insurance.
Lord, I'm about fell asleep. Not to be rude. Well, I guess that's all of it. Okay, that's enough. I done went a whole hour. Let's get down to business. I'm going to ask my questions. You're welcome. Excuse me. Put the link in here because I went a whole hour just with that information. Sorry about that, you guys, but I get all this information out because it was a lot to reveal with these people. I don't know. I lost my place with my questions. Oh, okay. Hold on 1 second. Ooh, my goodness gracious. Thought I started seeing stars there for a second. Not to be rude, but it was lengthy. Y'all right. I believe she might want to start preaching. Not to be nasty, but you know, I know people can take things a certain way when you start talking about Jesus and Noah and Job. It's just, you know, how some people will assume maybe you're not being genuine when you start quoting scriptures, and you know, everybody's entitled to their perception. Thank you all for joining me. Sorry I have not been engaging. I was trying to get all this information out to you guys so you can have some verification for what is allegedly going on, because we do not know what is truth, what is fiction, manufacturing. I do not know. It's got horrific now. It has gotten horrific because this is way out of control. This thing got way out of control. Okay. The link has been dropped. Okay, this is where I'm going with this. So many questions. What is up with the allegation from 2018 when the son put the post up, he's trying to kill me? What did he mean? Did he touch him? Did he put his hands on him? Did he push him? Did he shove him? What did he do? Why would he say that? Why would he then take the post down? Was it a ruse? Was it to get attention? Is he an attention seeker? What type of person are we dealing with, this son, Mr. Carrion? I'm asking all these questions. Lord, y'all jumped up before I can even get the thing up. I ask all these questions because I want to know, you know, what's really going on with this guy. Okay, so she said that when y'all turn your devices down, please. They say that he's been going to counseling since he was a teenager. Junior high is what she says in the article. Okay, so counseling for what? What was going on? When did he start having these anger issues? Teenager, preteen, okay, junior high, okay. Why? Why is he angry? Why is he angry?
You want to go first, Night Owl?
Listen. Don't say nothing, baby. Don't say nothing yet. Just let me finish getting all these questions out, okay?
Take your time, Queen.
Okay. Not trying to be rude, but I can't even get it all out because there's so much stuff. Okay, so preteen having these problems. Why is he angry? Why was he angry then? Were these people actually in his lives? Who took care of the child? See, I'm gonna go on back there since everybody's hollering they had him as a teenager. Who was the sole provider of the young boy? Kirk. Whose house did he stay in? Were other people coming and going? Was he put off at a grandmama's house, auntie's house? What are we talking about? You understand what I'm saying? Did he become combative because of the family unit that the father had with the other wife? I mean, the new wife and her children. He adopted one of her children. Could that have caused him feeling some type of way? It has also been stated in the commentary that he is openly gay. So you factor in somebody going through identity issues. Could it be a identity issue? They never really accepted him because maybe perhaps he was a feminine child. We know that most boys who later identify as homosexual will be feminine as children. So was this a problem as a preteen, small child? You see where I'm going? Okay. What is wrong with this child, grown man? Why is he angry? Why did the anger progress? And as I say, are these issues dealing with the fact that he's homosexual? Because that may have some bearing on what is going on here. He made a statement that he was called a devil, that the father called him a devil. He stated that in one of the commentaries in the video. You called me a devil. You've been calling me a devil. Why? Why would a father allegedly call his son a devil? When did you start calling your child a devil? Stay woke. I'm just throwing it all out there. As I state, what is the truth? The wife says they've been married for 25 years. As I state, is this an issue because he felt like an outsider coming into the fold with these people? They already had a nice little family unit, her kids, woo, make a kid with her. He felt like an outsider. He didn't really feel like he was in the fold. Like I said, did he actually have a bond with his parents? Because you see, the mother sits here in this interview and say, well, you know, hey, He ain't want for nothing. He wasn't hurt for nothing. He had both parents. But we know that just because you were there, don't mean you was there. Were you mentally there? Were you physically there? Were you hands-on with him? You know, understand what I'm saying? Waking him up, bathing, taking him to school, going to concerts, things that children do, sports events. Were you hands-on? Did you actually bond with the child? Because you can have a child, but it don't mean you bonded with them. Same thing for the father. You can say, I'm your daddy, but did you bond with him? And as I state, is this a deliberate sabotage? Is he just an evil child, even evil person? Just mad at the world, wants someone to blame? Did Kirk Franklin abuse his child physically and or sexually? What is the truth? Why did he leak that video? Why did he not leak the entire audio over the weekend? Why leak it at all? Is he, as I stated, an attention seeker? Will Kirk Franklin reconcile with his child? You have to understand that when you have betrayed someone, such as recording their conversation and leaking it publicly, how could I ever trust you again? How could I ever talk to you in private? Because I don't know what you will reveal again. How can he trust his son? How can the son trust the father if indeed he has physically and or sexually molested his child? Are these allegations true? Another thing is, like I said, is this an issue of the man, Mr. Franklin, marrying this woman? He made a happy family, allegedly, and this child was looking through the looking glass and said to himself, I am an outsider looking into this facade, and I'm not a part of these people. I'm not a part of this unit, because that does happen with children. When their parents go off and meet and mate and they get a spouse, husband, wife, they don't feel like they're part of the family. This can happen. These are my questions. What is the truth? Are we looking at a scorned child who never grew up? He still has the mind of a child. He was scorned as a child. Somebody did touch him. Somebody abused him physically, mentally, sexually. Is it indeed Mr. Kirk Franklin that molested his own child? Or is this young man just miserable and attention seeker? Those are my questions. What are we dealing with here? What is the truth? Night out.
Now, Al, you
I'm
on?
gonna you
I'm
can go
done.
on, SNL.
Well, speaking from experience and going from male to female as a transsexual, I've been molested, like I said down in the chat, and I believe everything
Say that again. You said from a transsexual. That what you said?
from going from male to female, being going into like transgender.
When did you make this transition?
This transition was like maybe 13, 14. And no, it was
You are 13,
more of,
14-year-old?
huh?
You were
Yeah.
13?
Yeah.
So what are you saying? You started dressing like a
Young lady.
young lady.
Starting in middle school.
Okay, so how was that received? So explain to me what it was like. How did you approach your parents? All of that. You have to be descriptive. That way we can understand your plight.
The mother, the mother didn't want no parts.
Okay.
Shunned.
Okay. Who were you living with at the time?
Father was open arms. Come
Well,
on
who
home.
you living with? Who you living with?
Mother.
Okay.
So when you played the part, when he said, oh, please turn molester's music off, that already let me know right there that Kirk then played with his son, whether he was of age or not of age.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
That he put all the cards on the table right there.
Okay.
That's cut and dry. No 33-year-old man tells his father, leave me alone. What Kirk is saying in so many things as an abuser, he's saying, come home so I can brainwash you and try to throw your brain into the sea of forgetfulness so you won't bring this up no more.
So you actually believe Kirk Franklin has molested his son? Is that what you're saying to me?
I believe, yes, and I believe that, and I'm sincere about that.
Okay.
I'm sincere about that.
Okay.
No, dad. If I was to call my dad right now and I say, Dad,
I know a little bit, Pepper.
I'm 35, and I'll say,
Okay.
Dad, stop calling my phone. Leave me alone. He'll say, okay.
I understand what you're saying, because what I get what you're saying as far as the wording itself. It doesn't sound. It sounds like somebody that's being bothered or pestered or harassed.
I'm gonna say this again. When a 33-year-old man, whether it's his son, his brother, baby brother, however you want to categorize it, if he tells another grown man to leave him alone and he can't accept that, that's diabolical. That's evil. He wants a stronghold on him. The son wants to break off away from that. He don't want no more parts. I had enough. I know what you're about. You already did your damage. You hurt me, and I don't need no more. Because every time I come back, it's the same thing again, and it's not changing. The mother, on the other hand, oh well, let me just cop a plea for my husband. Let me paint this picture. Oh, let me shout out the church. And
no, that's not Kirk Franklin's wife. That is the biological mother of Carrion.
Ah,
I said that in the chat.
Okay.
That is not Kirk Franklin's wife that you just heard. That is Carrion's own biological mother who gave birth to him.
Got you.
Okay.
So, again, I don't think he's acting out. I think that young grown man is in fear. I believe that young grown man only weapon is that cell phone to record the conversation, because why are you talking to him as his father like he's your wife? You can't let go. Why can't you let go? And that's a grown man. Obviously, he can walk on his own 2 feet. That's a mother's dream. Get on your own 2 feet. Go on your own. You need anything, you know where to call me. He can't accept that.
Okay. I'm looking at the comments here. Some of you, Dream is saying, he said plenty of times, leave him alone. Monica says yes. Okay. Monica also saying the body language. Kirk Franklin, he's saying that he appears that he's lying. Dream saying she's in denial about what'd you say? What her son went through. Stand back. Gypsy says biological mom doesn't mean a good relationship. Lord Jesus, what are we talking about here?
That's the
all
only
I
thing
can
you
say
can
is I
do.
hopefully it's not true. I just pray it's not true, because what I have to ask myself is, there's all types of people in the world, but what I have to ask myself is, once you make allegations about somebody raping you, sodomizing, child molestation, molesting you,
from the tone of his son's voice, I don't think Kirk Franklin penetrated his son. I think he
touched
did
him.
something.
In the end, it doesn't matter.
I think it was more of either a oral or a touch.
Well, but in the end, it's not going to matter, because you're nasty if you did anything with him.
But you got to understand something, Queen. This has been going on for years.
Well, I know that. Look, I'm 50.
This has been going on for years. If it's not the father, it's the father doing something to the daughter. If it's not the father doing something to the grandchild.
You don't know what to think, Lord. Okay, Pepper said Bow's son said that. Wait, Bow mom said that son cannot support himself. Well, he probably can. A lot of people don't. A lot of young men don't. Some parents don't know how to take accountability for when their child is hurt. Agreed. Okay, stand back. Think something happened to the child, to the boy.
I'm telling you, that boy's crying out for help. That boy's trying to heal.
I don't know what's going on. This is just so vile, though, Lord. All I'm saying is, if it's a lie, this is bad. If it's truth, it's bad. You get my drift?
My
it's
son
jacked
is
up by the way.
My son is 5 years old. If he turns 30, 40, 50, like that, like his mother said, the one that spit him out, the spitter her snatch, her vajayjay, and he comes to me and say, leave me alone. I gotta respect that as a parent. That's a boundary right there. That's a line in the sand.
Okay.
You got to respect that. You know what I'm gonna tell my child? Well, you know where home is if you need me. Cut and dry. Don't ain't no you. I taught you right and wrong, but what his son is doing is he it's just the veil being lifted.
Okay. But you know, like I said, if this is indeed true, the allegation, there is no going back now. There is no reconciliation. How are you going to reconcile with a child molester that you done finally came out and said who they are? You've claimed it. You've called out their government name. You understand what I'm saying?
They've been saying this about Kirk Franklin for years. You know,
They've been saying what? Say it.
I know.
No.
I know fake and phony and fluff. When I look at him, I see fluff.
But what I'm saying, sweetheart, say allegedly what they've been saying. Because you can't leave it open-ended for people that don't know what you're saying. You understand what I'm saying?
They've been saying this for years, Queen, that Kirk Franklin was in a life and tapped and tiptoed in and out the lifestyle. They've been saying this for years.
Molestation or homosexuality, which is it?
It's all wrapped up in the same boat. No,
don't say it's wrapped up, because then we're not saying that gay people molest children. Now you see why I said
no.
That's what I said.
There's different. See, you have to understand there's different levels of homosexuality in this lifestyle. You got your soft ones, you got your femme ones, you got your down low ones, you got the ones that can walk out their door and you won't even know they gay. This is your construction men, lawyers, doctors.
Yeah, I know that. I know people hire well. Trust me, Queen knows. I told you I'm 50. I ain't fell off no milk truck now, baby.
Oh no, I never said that. But you know, they're in high places and low places, and
yes.
you know. But they've been saying this about him for years.
But that's why I was trying to say. I want you to stipulate, because people who don't know, they're not going to understand what you're saying. They don't know if you're saying, like I said, are you talking about the man being gay? Because somebody said that in the download allegedly. So that's why I said I don't want to mix the two, only because
allegedly.
A lot of people that's gay, they ain't going to want to be grouped in by saying that they're a damn pedophile. You understand what I'm saying?
I wouldn't, but you got to understand, maybe Kirk.
No, what I want you to do is say, I think he did this and I think he did that.
I know he's done that to that young man, his son, at a certain age.
Okay.
The son at 33 years old is saying, I don't want to go back to relive those memories. I don't want to go have no flashbacks. This is what is coming.
Okay, so this is what I'm trying to ask you. I'm not trying to be rude, but I like people to clarify things, because as I state, people come to my channel, they don't get stuff accurate. Even if it's said verbatim, they take it and twist it. That's why I want you to be very specific about what you're saying.
No, see,
when
Kirk,
you say
one thing about gay people, we're very talented. His talent just took him to a multi-million-dollar genre. You understand what I'm saying? So he won't be able to have access to certain things as quick as it was for me, because I take on a female role. I can get a man.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Kirk, he's going to tiptoe to the nearest thing closest to him that think that nobody's not going to say anything. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay. So let me ask you this. The rumors that you heard about Mr. Franklin, allegedly. What were the rumors? That he was gay?
No, that he was just playing with the other, children in the lifestyle.
Right. Yeah, I didn't hear that. Somebody in the chat or somebody else had said something about him being homosexual, not the molestation. That's why I was asking you to specify.
He's not going to live up to it. He's not going to admit it either. But the son going.
Well, first of all, who going to admit that they gay, and then who going to admit that they touch little boys? Nobody.
Hey, well, the son didn't already throw it out there. I believe everything.
But you understand what I'm saying? If I haven't alluded to that lifestyle of touching children and being gay, hell no, I ain't gonna tell you that.
And yes, that is a form of abuse. That's abuse. That's mine. That is what you call strong.
Well, that's why Cameron asked him that. What is it that he's talking about? Which was a good question.
That is a strong mind control. His wife that he has now, see, he has her where he wants her. She's right there with she's controlled. She's not going to ask no questions. That's not really her child. So she's not going to believe any of it. But when it comes out all the way out, Like I said, she'll probably divorce him and
Okay,
take all his
stand back.
money.
I'm gonna read you back some of the comments. Okay, loving mother. I remember Kirk admitted to having a porn addiction. Yes, and that's bothered me too. I remember he gave it to Oprah. Yes. Okay, so Fran B says, are they saying he's been in counseling since 16 to 33? I don't know. I don't have verification of that. Okay. It was something else somebody said. Oh, maybe son is schizophrenic, and he thinks something happened. Lord, here we go.
Okay. Hi, M.
Y'all gonna play that card that they like to play with people that say, I think she made it up. She was raped or molested. You remember that old card they used to play about that?
Yeah.
Where they thought they made it up or they dreamt it.
And I just want you as a woman, you can discern, Queen, you can discern. Just listen at the way he's talking.
I've been listening.
Just listen. I want you to really listen to how. I want you to hear the grooming, and as a dad cannot let go his son. Whatever, no matter what my son says, he has to come back.
Okay, let's go here. Okay. Since we got Pandora's box open. Do you think, if you believe the allegations that he touched his son, that he was doing it when he was past the age of 18?
No. I believe that, but I will put any amount of money on it as we speak. That child remember the act of it.
Do you believe that Kirk
he remembers the act of it, and that child does not want no more parts of it? Do you
believe that Kirk Franklin is allegedly a homosexual man?
I believe he has a taste for it, but I don't think he's all in it. Oops.
Okay.
Oops.
All right. Hey, Angela.
Honey, my name is Beverly tonight.
Hey, Beverly.
Change my name.
Yes. Hey, Beverly. Change my name.
Look, I done got hot. You gotta put a sweater on. Oh,
Lord, you hot and I'm hot too.
Before I jump back on, I
ain't warmed up yet. Okay, let me give my commentary.
SM, are you done, baby?
No, I want to listen tonight, Al.
I just asked. Come on with it, Night Kill.
Not Night Kill. Okay.
I can call you different. No, your name ain't Night Owl no more. Okay, come on.
All right. I'm a survivor aware of sexual assault. So my heart always goes out to survivors of it. I call myself a survivor. In this situation, nobody knows the truth but God. And my thing about it is I wait for facts. I don't bandwagon. I don't go off of videos. I don't go off of recordings. I go off of pure facts. My thing is, it is some type of dysfunction with these individuals. I don't know where the dysfunction stems from, the toxic stems from. But what I will say is, I hope that everyone involved gets the healing that they need. I'm not going to say this man is gay. I'm not going to say his son is gay. I'm not going to call the man a molester, because these are serious allegations. Because people have accused people of rape, and come to find out, they never were touched. They never were molested. They never were raped. See, it's always two sides to a coin. If I go off of everything of, yeah, this happened, and there's no proof, it's nothing to back up that proof, then I'm just a spectator. We are on the outside looking in. If I wasn't there, I'm not going to say what went on in the house. I'm not going to say the son was just a bad kid. He was in counseling. He was a tortured soul. I'm not going to say they were good parents and they gave him everything and they never made mistakes. Parenting doesn't come with a handbook. Everybody makes mistakes. It's based on, can everybody handle and be accountable for the mistakes and the things that they said? I mean, you could have told your child no, they couldn't get a lollipop at 2, and they might get 12 and still be mad at it. Or you could have cussed your child out at 2 and told them they couldn't get a lollipop, and they might be mad at 35 about it. Nobody ever knows. Only God knows. I trust God. And God will reveal all. And until God open that book of life and reveal all, I would never. And this is something I've learned: jump on bandwagons, support, and get all wound up about what goes on in someone else's house. For the simple fact, if you ain't there, how do you know what's true? It's a lot of people in jail because somebody said they did something, and come to find out they went nowhere on the crime, on the scene of the crime. So, what do you say to those people who have been falsely imprisoned when people make allegations? They
I mean,
sounded
I
good.
mean, I
They
understand what you're
did
saying, now,
this.
Al, but that's kind of like missing apples and bananas. This is his
Listen,
father.
Sweet one, what are you talking about? Religious group warns against LGBT plus conversion therapy ban. I don't know what you're saying. Please, somebody talk. That's why I hate when y'all chat. I'm trying to be
Yes.
great. I understand.
Well, I mean, I understand this is father, but I've also seen instances where kids will lie and have lied. And I've seen instances where kids have told the truth and the parents had covered up the lie. What I'm saying is I wasn't there. So I'm not taking nobody's side because I don't know any of these people. I wasn't there. And it would be wrong for me to say, well, this person right and this person wrong. How do I know that? I don't know that. That'll be the same if my child will come to Miss Angela and say, my mama locked me outside last night. Now Angela can talk to me, see me, and all of that. How
So
she know
so
what's true?
so 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 let me ask you this. When his mother was talking on the video, the recording with
Yeah,
Tamron.
his mama. No, his mother wasn't on Tamron. His mother did a interview on YouTube with someone
Oh,
else.
With another
okay,
woman.
so
Yeah, that what you just listened to was a private interview with another lady,
okay.
Yeah.
his biological mother. Let me make that clear. What you just heard was Carrie's biological mother speaking to another African American female one on one.
Ah, so let me say this. Why would his mother say if the molestation allegations are true, we need to get back into counseling?
His mother didn't mention molestation and if the allegations were true. She said if somebody did something to you, let me know. And his mother didn't come out and say, oh, he did this to my son. His
No,
mother
no, 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 no,
specifically,
no, 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 no. I never said that she admitted it to it. I just said she said that she got wind of it and that they wanted to get back into counseling.
she was speaking of when the allegation came out when Kirk had cussed his son out. That's what the interview in the beginning was about. They were talking about the first tape. They didn't go into this third audio. That was 4 days ago. The one his mom did.
Okay.
So she didn't go into what was released, where it's another day now, like yesterday. She went into when the son and the daddy had their verbal altercation on the phone.
Right.
That's what she was speaking about. So that's why I said she never alluded to anything happening. Matter of fact, she said she didn't think Kirk did anything wrong to her son, and she will want him to do what he did and speak to him the way that he did is actually what she said.
I'm sure she'll play the tape again.
Yeah, that's what she
You all can
actually
find
did.
it. Y'all can find it on YouTube under Muriel. Muriel is an African
That's
American.
where you can find the mother.
The
And I'm
mother,
gonna state
the
again.
biological mother's interview of Carrie Franklin. The mother speaking to another African
I
American male one on one across the table. If you want to verify for yourself and rehear it, the title of the name of the channel on YouTube is Muriel. Muriel.
But I'm gonna say it, and I'm gonna say this
I'm
again.
not playing it again in 20 minutes. I'm sorry.
right.
As a
And so
child,
that's what I'm
the
saying.
last thing a son wants to do is pin his father to a cross.
No, it's some kids out here that's wayward that would do things and for unknown reasons because that's just how some kids are. I'm not saying he telling the truth and I'm not saying he telling a lie. What I'm saying is I don't know any of these people. I don't know the truth. God knows the truth. I don't put my trust in no man, no matter whom it is. I'm like Miss Angela, anything with two legs is capable of anything. What I'm saying is I'm not a bandwagon. I don't jump on, oh, it's in the news. He did it. He did it. How do you know? Well, his son said it. How do you know the son telling the truth? We don't know all the background of the son, Kirk Franklin, the wife, the bio mom, none of these people. We only know what they give us. And if I'm not there from the beginning, I don't jump in the middle and say, "Well, yep, I'm right there with them." No,
Well,
I'm
I
a
have to play.
survivor too.
I
I
have
don't
to
knock
go back
that
and
for
listen
people.
again about her saying it's a stepchild. She has no reason to call him a stepchild because allegedly she's
Right.
a mother. The stepmother is in a whole nother
The
interview
other
with
woman.
Kirk Franklin on Tamron Hall. This lady is his mother. She just said we had him in our teenage years.
Right. And so that's my thing with it. I mean, I want to wait for the facts. If it's truth to it, I still wish all of them healing and peace. If it ain't no truth to it, guess what? I still wish them healing
How you gonna prove it?
and
That's the issue
peace.
with this, anything about somebody being molested or raped. How are you gonna prove somebody raped you? How are you gonna prove
I
somebody
mean, they say they've been going to
it's no
counseling,
way to
and
prove?
maybe he mentioned it to a counselor. This the part.
That's what I said. That's the
I
only way
don't
to let
know.
somebody come forward, and then that's gonna be disputed because somebody say, "Oh, you just got them to join you," and blah blah blah. This is a mess.
We don't
Right.
know. It's a big mess, and
It's
that's why I said I
just
no longer put myself in that
I
box
never thought
because,
it
like I
was
said,
like this.
it's a double edged
Later.
sword. If you
Less
believe
than a week
one, you can't
later.
believe the other. It's all a big toxic fume, and everybody's scrambling for the truth. The truth will reveal itself in time. The truth don't need no help. That's
You
what
right
I've
about
always been
that.
told. The truth don't need no help. So I'm not gonna help the situation and put my 2 cents and say, yeah, this and all that. I don't know any of these people. These people get up every day and tell lies, but people swear up and down they telling the truth.
True. Yes, this is true.
Mm.
So that's why I don't involve myself emotionally to things that I have no firsthand knowledge of.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? If I don't
I
firsthand
just
know
the way it's messed up.
something, that's just me spectating, gossiping, and it could be a lie that I'm spreading. I
Well,
just choose not to participate in that level of
what kind of help?
foolishness.
What kind of help they gonna get?
Well, I mean, it's all God is always
It's,
there and able to help.
it's a comment. I ain't trying to be smart. What kind of help you gonna get at this point, man? This is messed up. This is
I
messed
mean,
up.
but like I said, the truth don't need no help. And if God want it revealed, it'll be revealed. And if not, it won't
But
be.
he's
And
saying
at
his
the end
son
of
is
the day,
angry. So his son is angry about something. So he do need some counseling to deal with his anger because there's something going on. There's something wrong. He has some internal rage. What is it about?
I'm not
Why?
saying nothing. I'm gonna stick to
Why?
my narrative. The child struggling with something.
Okay.
He threw something up in the air. I got wind of it. Hey, it is what it is.
I just think I just don't even know what to think at this point. I'm just it's just baffling to me because it's like, Lord, how do we go from a audio to you arguing with the boy, man, excuse me, to now don't
you
play.
molested.
Why are you playing the child molesters music? I said, Satan, if you don't, this is just, oh my goodness.
But you know what I said,
You
Angela?
caught it.
I want
You caught
Father
it though,
Jake
Queen. You
on
caught
the
it.
line.
You
I
caught it
want
though, right?
Father.
Not even a whole week. It ain't even a full week that the
You
audio was leaked.
you
That thing
caught it.
on a Saturday.
Uh-huh.
We just coming off of Thursday.
You caught it. And there was no
I
shade
want
in that.
Father Jake on the line because now it makes me wonder. You know what all Father
But that's who's
Jake
gonna be the
knows.
eyewitness. That's why I say, why you throw TD Jakes here? You know, TD Jakes like, I know you ain't put my government name out there. So now we got to
You
wonder
don't put
what
that
did TD
mind out
Jakes
there.
hear, and what did TD Jakes hear, and who was TD Jakes gonna say what he heard? Because it ain't his place to tell what he actually heard in the conversation. If indeed he was on the main line, shut your mouth.
You so
Ooh.
right now because that makes me wonder. Come on.
He can't reveal what was said in that conversation.
Mm.
But then Kirk did also say that people that's close to them
Oh,
been knowing this situation. And I would like to point out the wife specifically said we've been dealing with this ever since we've been married. So then I'm going back like, because remember on Termin, she said we've been married 25 years. We've been dealing with this our whole marriage.
Mm.
She said they've been
yeah,
dealing with this boy
anger.
their whole marriage.
Yeah, his anger.
So it's just like I don't know what they've been dealing with, well, whatever it is.
But you know,
Then
anger
I
comes from
wish them
somewhere.
all the best.
The fact that they said it started preteen, so he's angry about something. Let's just say that. How about that? We
Yeah,
want
well,
to talk
yeah.
about the mother station. He is mad about something still at 30, almost 33.
That's a long time to hold in
That's a
anger.
long time.
That's a long time.
So, you know, that's why I
So
said
that's why
I
you
don't
have to
know.
ask yourself exactly what he mad about.
I don't know.
But let me put this out here, because I said I don't take no sides because I don't know these people. But I'm gonna say this
Right.
because of what the sister said, and I don't have to tell my business because you can just read between the lines. When she
Right.
said, you ain't had to want for nothing. You had your parents, blah blah blah. Let me tell you something about that. That don't mean a damn thing.
Right.
You see, everything's about perception. You see, the life that one child had growing up in the same house is the life that the other 4, 5, 2 had. Shut your mouth. Because you see, when you favor children, yeah, I'm gonna go there. When you favor children, the ones who are favored ain't gonna say nothing negative about their mom and daddy. I had a great life. I played hockey, this, basketball. I went to summer camp. I did this. But over here in this corner, Johnny can't tell that same story. You see what I'm saying? Oh, he may have had food and clothes, but his version is a little bit different than his other 2 siblings, 3 siblings, 4 siblings. You see, but then when it comes out in the street, that somebody wasn't too kind to Johnny. Now somebody feeling some type of way and said, now you know that's a lie, Johnny. You know we treated you all the same. But no, Johnny said, no, you did not. Because you didn't like me. And I know you didn't like me. And for many years, although I came out your womb, I was always trying to please you for some reason. Because you did not like me. And I think we all know that because you have children in the same house, they came out the same mama, same daddy, same mama, different daddies. People do not treat all their children the damn same. So when somebody decides to come out and say, you ain't had to want for nothing, you didn't have to hurt for nothing, that don't mean a damn thing, because your perception of childhood is different than mine, depending on how the hell I was treated in the house.
Now,
That's
ain't
true.
that some shit?
That is true.
So I keeps it 100.
It is true. I remember the sister getting on there, and like I said, I think the
Because
sister
that's
was
her
poking the
perception.
bear.
That's her perception. I'm not saying she's a liar. Let me make that clear. But that's her perception of childhood. But your perception ain't mine. If
Right.
treated differently, or let's just say I felt like I was treated differently.
Oops.
You can. I've been through that, so I mean,
You
I
will
definitely agree with
die.
that.
You will die over here from birth till adulthood, but maybe I was not. I was
Right.
on the outside looking in, yet I was on the inside, but I didn't feel like I was on the inside.
And that's
Shut your
running.
mouth.
Then that's running rampant. That's running rampant. It's a lot of mothers out there favoriting
A lot of people have favorite their children. And to
Yup.
this day, you'll have people even say, he's my favorite. You don't need to tell nobody one's your favorite, because how the hell that sound, and you think your children don't hear that? And some kids will laugh about it. Oh, you know, mama, that's mama's favorite child, honey. That's mama's favorite. Oh, he the baby. Oh, he this. But
Yup.
hearing that for
Yeah.
years, year after year after year after year after year. And Susie is the prime one that's doted on. Star athlete.
Yeah.
She's pretty. She's this. She's
Mhm.
that. And you hear that all damn day long in your mom and
It
daddy's.
does eat at you.
Mm.
Susie
It
does this.
will.
Susie does this. She won an award. She did this. She going to Harvard. She doing this. You see where I'm going with that?
Yup.
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Uh-huh.
Like I said, I wish all these people healing and peace, and you know, with in their endeavors. I mean,
And
that's it. Like
usually,
I said,
right, and usually the kids you're talking about, Queen, they usually turn out more glorious than the one they put on the pedestal.
Yes. Because let me spin a web to you about 2 favorite children. They can't stand each other today. Shut your mouth.
not two that can't stand each other.
You have children, you favor 2, but to this day, the 2 can't get along. Because now we find out the one of the 2, he felt alienated with the other sibling. So all along, the other one was wondering why the two was favorite. But now they found out in later life, one felt alienated from the other one.
Now they in competition with each other. Yep. It's just that easy.
So you see, everything is about perception.
Yep. And that river runs deep.
You should never say that about your kids. Don't ever say that about your kids. Don't ever let your other children hear you say you got a favorite. Don't ever say it. I don't care if you mean it. Don't say it. Exquisite. We're not gonna do the dark skin, light skin. That's a whole nother show. That might be
same. That's the same scenario. Same scenario. Yup.
Yeah, it does run deep and it cuts. It definitely cuts.
And that's the point I've been trying to make. That's why I said I never took sides with this story, because I don't know these people. It's the difference if you were hearing things along the way. You might be able to try to just grasp a little bit of what is true, what's not. But what I always tell people is you don't know people. I don't put people on pedestals because I know that they're not what they seem, because we're all flawed. And the scripture tells you that if you believe in the scripture, you don't put your faith in man because he will surely disappoint you. That's the spoken word. You get disappointed by people every day. Just like who you like over here. Well, Susie, she can't tell the same story. Susie might tell you, well, he did this to me, she did this to me. But you swear for God, they all that in a bag of chips. No, he ain't like that. She ain't like that. Oh, you got to get to know him. And then Susie might say, well, hell, I did get to know him, but I don't like him. What's your point?
Right. Right. Your experience is not my experience.
That's exactly. So everything is about perception. And they tell you that. Don't never tell a person what they felt is not the truth.
Valid.
Right.
Because people will argue you down. I ain't say that. No, I ain't mean it like that. No, you misunderstood. But it's the point. They've been carrying it around, so they felt some type of way if they still damn angry.
True that.
Well, nowadays kids are going for the juggler.
Yes, they are.
They're going for the juggler. And if they don't got no facts behind it, you know, them FACTs that they throw up there in chats and text messages.
Yes.
This is the new era.
Yes.
So I'm telling you, when he said that molesting, it's just, I'm not jumping on nobody's bandwagon.
But let me say, what is it? If indeed it's true, then that means it was his time for it to come out. If it's indeed true. Because as they say, it's a time and a place for everything.
I hope it's not true.
It's a way to do everything.
Nobody. Nobody wants to hear that somebody raped somebody or sodomized somebody or touched somebody, groped somebody, their own child, other children. You don't want to hear that. But, Air Force One, you said something about something you heard back in 99. I wish you'd come up and tell me what you was talking about.
See, I've never heard any of this. I heard about the porn addiction. I've never heard anything about this. I never knew he even had a son.
He did that. I watched him when he did that interview. And what did I tell you that we talked about before I decided to do this live this morning? I said, I'm trying to understand why a grown-ass man or woman, excuse my language, needs to look at porn all day and night when they got a whole body in their house with them. That ain't your side piece. That ain't your hookup. That's your wife. What's wrong with her? What's wrong with a she?
And honestly, I think she's beautiful.
Yeah, she is. But guess what? What did I tell you? What are we talking about? Superficial.
Oh,
okay, superficial. Because see, that lets you know, don't nothing mean nothing. I had a conversation with somebody a while ago, now maybe a month or so ago, thinking, why you looking at porn and you got a whole body in your whole house?
Oops.
When they got offended. Well, you told it. How you gonna get offended and you spun the web?
He's Christian. He's
because like I said, I said we're all human, we all flawed. You want to watch porn, look at porn, whatever, that's your business. Y'all want to look at porn before y'all do the do. Some people like to do that. Okay. But you cannot explain to me how you have told yourself you're addicted. And you got a whole human right here. You're not a single person who's not getting it readily, seeing it readily.
They like
Maybe.
strange.
Whole spouse. But you want to sit on a computer and look at pictures and books and you can't explain that to me. You can't explain that to
I
me.
don't even try.
And you
I
know
don't know.
porn, and you know being addicted to porn comes from somewhere too. Do the math.
Yeah.
Because maybe somebody has been touching you. Shut your mouth.
Pass the collection plate around. We are taking cash out.
How do people know that? You do your homework with these sadists.
Oh,
That get touched and molested and raped as children. They grow up to end up
damaged, scorned,
Yeah.
damaged, mad at the world.
Yeah.
These are
who's to say what type of things that went on in Kirk Franklin's life as a child?
Well, that's why I made the point. We don't know the
walk with her
background
now.
of any of these people. So that's why I was like, I don't know.
Okay, you don't have no sex drive. I don't get porn. Boring. Well, honey, it's everybody different.
Everybody different, child. I feel you.
Lord, and Kimberly, she never testified. My father used to touch me and my sister. Lord, have mercy.
Wait, whoa.
Now, whoever said that down in the chat, I'll tell you a story. My aunt is almost 60-something years old, and when I see her, she still breaks down and talk about how her dad would touch her and do things to certain girls in the family.
Okay.
My grandfather.
Okay.
Ooh,
Kimberly, do you want to testify before the court? And what about you? Who was that up there talking? Monica. I want Monica to come up because she's making a comment saying I did the math when I watched the interview. I want you to tell me what you mean by that.
Uh-oh.
Come on. So we missed it.
See, Max said, "What? Let's go back. Why was first baby mama what? I don't know. See, Mac got to come back up. I want Monica up here. Please, can you come up here? You don't have to show your face. Just hit the mic, please. Some people don't know what it is, what they told me. Well, ain't nothing wrong with mine.
What?
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm not feeling that way. Where I feel like I don't have the desire. Is what I'm saying. I'm not saying I'm active. Just saying I'm not in that situation.
Oh,
I don't want to even get to that point where I ain't desiring no man.
You ain't kidding.
I'm saying I know people say they get like that, but maybe it's calls or something like that. I don't know. Lord, let me testify. Let me hear. Jesus wept.
You that threw me.
Well, that's somebody testifying. Gypsy said, I went to the doctor, asked why I have no sex drive. Some people don't. It's what they told me. This is true. I've heard that, yes. Kirk is possibly bisexual and in a position in the church he could not act on it openly. This could have put his son at risk. Annie B said that. Okay.
That's a good one.
Well, it ain't stopped some of these other ones though. I'm done with this one. This is horrible. Horrible. Lord have mercy. Monica, come up here and hit the screen, please, ma'am. Now let's fast forward now. Now that this done popped off, you done made the little comment with the music playing, talking about why you playing my molesters music. Where is it going now? I'll wait.
But then you got to think, Queen, when a 33-year-old, just think, a 33-year-old man is telling his father, leave me alone. Leave me alone.
I heard you say that.
Leave me alone.
But what I said is this. Where y'all going now?
I don't know. I know his reputation.
Now, you just spoke this week to Tamron Hall about this and that. I apologize, all this. Oh, that's another thing I wanted to mention. That was one of the questions I forgot. Is Kirk Franklin's apology sincere?
No. His son heard them apologies. That's
Uh,
Come up here, Air Force One. I need to holler
yeah.
at you, please.
No, he's not sincere.
I want
He's
everybody in the chat to answer yes or no if you think Mr. Franklin's apology to his son Carry On is genuine, or did he say it to save face as to not get criticized by the church and the Christians?
He did it to not be criticized. If he really wanted to apologize to his son would have been sitting right there with him. Hello.
They said they reached out to the son and he didn't come.
Okay, Gypsy said apology fake. Hell's no. Y'all saying no, it's fake, or yes, it's fake. I don't understand. Oh,
they said no, the apologize wasn't sincere.
Okay, was not sincere. Okay, a couple of you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What about you?
They invited the son. The son didn't show up, according to Tamara.
Because again, the son don't want no apologies. I've heard my dad apologize before.
So, not what do you? So, are you agreeing or not? Are you still on the fence because you don't know nothing?
I've heard my dad apologize
before.
Just leave me alone.
Okay, that's fine.
Nothing's going to change.
But I guess SM, we're gonna put no on YouTube.
Like I said, I have no dog in the fight. I don't know any of these people, so I don't trust nobody. I don't trust nobody.
Okay, so y'all think Kirk? Most of you so far, because I got 105 watching, ear hustling more or less.
Not ear hustling.
That's 105, and ain't but 7 said no.
Yeah, I don't trust nobody because anybody can lie. Teeth and tongue fall out.
This is somebody that hadn't even been in the chat. You know, I don't really like bringing up folks that ain't been in the chat.
And why be faking counseling? Come on, let's call a spade a spade. We've been there, we've done that. Just leave me alone.
Hey, hello? Monica.
Hey, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I can hear
you. Good. I know you never had me in chat, but you can trust me. I'm a good lady.
Well, it ain't that. It's just I have to be careful about who I let up here because some people go all get real disrespectful and stuff, and I really like just bringing up people who've been chatting because a random person, they can get real ignorant up here. So, you know, that's why it's no disrespect to you because I don't know you, but you know. But what do you have to say about what we've talked about? I don't know how long you've been listening. Do you believe the allegations against Mr. Franklin as far as now molesting his son?
I believe something happened because that boy is way too angry, too long for nothing to been happening.
Okay.
And then I looked at the interview.
Where you calling from, Monica?
I live in Arizona.
Arizona. Okay, welcome. Okay, so you think the anger is from that?
It's from something because people don't stay that angry that long. That God spirit in that boy is been rattled. And I'm looking at Kirk during the interview. He looking at the camera, his body language, and I'm seeing some things that I saw in California City in an interview 2 months ago.
Okay.
And I wonder what was up with that.
That he's just as troubled as the son for years. Yeah, I believe that too.
Yes. I could just read his energy. And I said both of them got some disturbed energy because I could hear it in the son.
Okay, let's hear it in Kirk. Pepper says, well, if the son wants Kirk to leave him alone, why does he just move away? He's a grown man.
Maybe, you know, sometimes when people have money, especially if it's a narcissist, you done raise this boy, and now, you know, sometimes they give you things and get you in a place where here, this car, and you grow up with that, and then you get in. And then you got to ease your hand out that lion's mouth.
Let's address that. Well, let's address that. Does Kirk Franklin give this boy any type of allowance, money? Because I thought y'all said the mama said he don't do anything or something. So if that's true, what does he do for a living? Does he work? Does he have his own place? Does he have his own car? Does he have a savings account? Is Kirk Franklin giving him money, taking care of him? That's a very good question because now we have to ask that.
He will be now.
Oh
Yeah,
Lord.
because Kirk might let him go now, but he might be ready to go. He came to his
I'm not
to
honestly.
his place.
He will be now. He gonna do anything to
Yeah,
get that boy close to him.
Okay,
And that's the
Gypsy's
and
name
that's
is too
and that's
damaged
the
to leave. He's too damaged to leave. Can't outrun the Franklin name. You can outrun anything, baby.
yeah,
You can move across that globe, and ain't nobody got to know that damn Kirk Franklin's your damn daddy.
yeah. I just say the boy can be
We
who
got to
God
tell
meant him
no
to be.
father. Say what,
He
oh
can,
baby?
I said he can be who God meant him to be.
Some.
That's exactly. If with God on his side, if he is telling the truth, and if he really wants to step away, I
Why some
believe
black
that
men
it.
have children early, then become a little successful and get another family, black curse and God fear. Well, that's always happened, C-Mac. That's why I said, who's to say this little boy, as a child, he had resentment when his father got with that woman. They children took her, adopted her child. That's why I tell you, I really just think about what was said. He adopted his wife's child. That says a lot to your own. It says a lot.
But they didn't say that Kurt abandoned him because he adopted the child.
What did I tell you about that? What did I ask? What was one of the questions I asked? I said, did they actually have a bond? You see, that sister throwing out somebody did for you, but see, what did we learn about putting hair bows on baby dolls and Bobby socks? Yeah, I went there old school. And
Bobby
patting down the
socks.
shoes and making you
Bobby,
look, making you look cute as a doll. But then maybe tomorrow, I really don't care much about you. I tell you, hey, whoa. Some things are fluff.
yeah.
The fake and the fluff. Let me dress you up to look like I can.
Because you'll hear some parents say that. Well, I fed you.
Mm-mm.
I clothed you. Okay, but did you treat me good while you fed me and clothed me?
Right.
Right.
Feed a dog. What's your point? And I can kick him tomorrow. Shut your mouth.
You right. And you kick your dog long enough, it's gonna bite back at you. And that's what his son's doing, throwing it out there, biting back. And he throwing some serious allegations out of it, up in the air.
Okay, so Pretty K said, I saw him make a comment on his sister's Instagram page saying, you stole my daddy from me. Interesting. That's why I told y'all stay woke. Yes, Juanita, thank you. But he might have felt abandoned. That's why I said, your perception of my life is different than the perception that I am living and feel. And a lot of people get that mistaken by what I just said, because you live in a nice house or you got a nice car, or you went to school in a nice school. That don't mean that I feel great as a kid. That don't mean the people are treating me well.
All I know is that child, like Monica
What Pepper
said,
said,
night
Kirk
out.
and Karen need a divorce. I'm dead. Okay, I'm done now.
That 33-year-old man is hurting. He done ran away. He keep throwing it out there. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
I'm
And
dead.
Kirk, he's not getting it.
Okay, Stand Back said my dad was decent, but no extra emotion. Exactly. Haven't you seen people who got with other people, marriages, wives and husbands? The child they came with, they treat them like that's their stepchild.
Uh-huh.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I
You know how people progress? They get on their feet, they start doing well. The wife, the mother may meet a man, he takes care of her, then she makes children with him. But the child she brought to the union, she treating that like that's a stepchild or adopted child, but that's the one she gave birth to.
I've seen that.
Okay, that's the point I'm trying to make. How do we know what bond he had with his mother and father? I just let y'all, I throw out everything to weigh the variables. Could it be he never bonded with his parents?
Right.
They did have a young who kept him as a child. You want me to sit here and believe what? Everybody was steadfast 18, 19 with a baby. You didn't never go drop it like it's hot on the weekend. Check them out.
I don't know.
33 years old. You mean to tell me they ain't never go out to the club? They ain't never go hang out with their friends? They ain't never go to the movies? Sit on the block? You know the queen take you there.
That's it on the block.
Right.
Hey.
Yeah. You got to remember, they said they had it when they were young. So
yeah,
if we had this baby 18, 19, you want me to believe you just stopped living once he got here? Because you want me to believe you also was sanctified when you had him.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You quoting scriptures up on YouTube, but you wasn't quoting scriptures, I bet.
Right.
But
that's...
I ain't getting in there.
Why not? I open the door.
But they're Christian.
No, I open the door. Shut it for me.
They're Christian.
Shut it for me.
They're Christian.
You said how you start, maybe how you finish. It can go either way. Everybody know when you young, a lot of people say, well, why they still ain't in the church? They grew up in the church because they free. They ain't up under their mom and dad. If somebody keep telling you to get up, go to church on Wednesday, go to church on Sunday, you now in the world, they think about no church. You come back to church maybe later in life. Do you understand what I'm saying?
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Who's to say that they weren't worldly as young people? They lived. They did what young people do. They hung out. They did stuff, and maybe it was no bond with the boy. I can't say. Yeah. I'm just throwing that out there. That's the problem.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Okay. Okay, Leanne Klein says, I'm reading an article where Kirk states incest and forced sexual assault triggered his sexual addiction. That's what I just said. I said 5 times out of 10, pornography comes from somebody tampering with you.
For sexual intercourse, that's rape. Somebody raped him.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay, LaKendra said left them with the grandparents. So what are you saying, Kendra? I don't know what you're saying.
Lord have mercy.
It goes deep.
That's why I said, who's to say who raised Carrion? We don't know. Somebody have to say, yeah, I left my baby with my grandma, my auntie a while. I was there, but I wasn't. I was half there, but I wasn't. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know. Who did he actually bond with as a child? Because those are the pivotal years that form your identity. Dr. Phil has always said that. How you treated as a child is what forms your disposition. Kirk only goes to the club that plays his hits. Okay, Nene, you know what? Okay.
You know, I'm not playing with Nene. That's it.
Nene, who playing that Christian songs in the club? Now, don't you start.
They do. They did down here. They were playing Stomp.
Well, y'all go to hell. Y'all sit up there listening to gospel songs in the club.
Well, they used to play the Clark sisters.
Yes,
they did. They play the Clark sisters in the club.
Yes.
Hey, what are you up?
Yes. That's a fact.
Yes.
That's why they call him worldly in the Christian sector, because they will play his music in the club. They play his music on the hip hop station. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. That's a fact. That's him. She ain't getting. Yes.
Well, let me ask you this, Nike.
Oh, Lord.
Do you think that he is homosexual?
What? Do I think that?
Don't act like you almost at the church doors trying to pull it open. Don't do that. Try to straighten your skirt.
Oh, try to straighten my skirt. Okay.
Yeah, trying to straighten it up. It's crinkled right now. Come on, answer.
Let me get my steam. Let me get my steam on. Hold on, girl.
Right.
You stuck. Just answer. Nay.
Wow. I think he has dibbled and dabbled.
With men?
With men.
Okay, let me read what Juanita said. He might have been jealous over the other kids, and if he had had him young age that like a child having a child. Yes, in his mind at the age he might see as a father's a brother than a father. Amen. Thank you, baby. That's the point I've been trying to make. That they still were undeveloped when they had
Right.
him.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if I'm still young, you right. I can be more like a brother than a father.
Mm-mm.
Okay, Nene, that slip. You know what I'm
Yeah,
okay. Said, I believe this is just the beginning. Oh yeah. It's about to get real ugly.
I don't want to be there for the middle and the end.
It's
This enough for me.
what
Yeah,
you
this is
open it up now, you can't
I'm with
take
you,
it
Night Owl.
nowhere.
This is
Where you
enough
gonna
for
take
me.
it now? You didn't mess you can't go back. That was the thing I said when it came up in the chat hours ago. I said you can't go back from it now. You can't take it back. Whether you lied, whether it's the truth.
And his wife know what she laying with. She know. The wife know. Not his paternal mother.
Annie B says, I think he's bisexual. Well, we'll ask that question now. How many in the chat think that Kirk Franklin is bisexual?
Yeah, I seen and
No,
heard
I don't
enough,
think
but
so. No. I think he's dabbled and dabbled in the past.
Oh, so you saying he didn't cut the mane off?
Probably so. He look a little daunting. He looks sickly, to be honest.
I can't see no man that's dabbled with a man just cutting off no men. I can't believe that now.
I don't know.
Now, some people say, well, you can pray about it. I saw a guy on YouTube that said he didn't, denounced his ways. He prayed about it, whatever. And now he's fully been with a woman, a wife, blah, blah, blah. I don't know.
please don't say you're talking about that child they didn't bring up to the front of the church as the laughing stock.
No, not this guy. I think he's an ATL. He has some videos on YouTube. I found him about a year or two, about 2 years ago. I was just listening, he was saying he was out there, dibbling and dabbling down in the ATL. And then he just had a come to Jesus moment.
Okay. I don't know.
But I just say to myself, it seemed like it would be hard if I had done it so long.
Right. I mean, I get what you're saying
But I don't want to make it seem like I'm saying that man is lying. I'm just saying it just seems like it would just be hard to stop desiring a man.
I'm gonna say this:
desiring a man.
Once you get a taste for that,
yes,
and you bite into that forbidden fruit,
yes,
that taste is always gonna be on them taste.
That's the point I'm making. That I can't.
So we're not gonna play this game. We all sold out. No.
Yeah.
We're still in the flesh. Don't be no fool. Don't be no fool.
C-Mac said he did it. That's why he loves porn. So now when you gonna take that, C-Mac, that is gay porn? Shut your mouth, I'm dead.
I don't know.
Yeah, because we didn't never address that, what kind of porn it is.
I don't know.
Yeah, I love the Lord. He heard my cry. I'm dead. Don't do it. Don't do it. Please don't.
I love the Lord. He heard my cry. Come on.
Don't let my video be like, now, ain't you? We needs to talk. Wow.
We're gonna bring you on before the altar.
I don't need to use this foot. I'm just saying. You know what, Nay?
Nay, I'm not playing with her.
Here we go with this feet.
Okay, well, that's going to be true. Where did comment go? Dang, I missed it. And it went up too fast. Shoot.
What did it say?
Go back up the comment. She said about him trying to
kill him. Could it be true when he said
now could it be true?
His father trying to kill
now
him.
could it be true? I got you, Juanita. Okay, I don't know. Girl, I don't know.
And that was weird when she said the mama said he said that daddy tried to kill him, and I'm like, what?
We cannot do no more feet jokes up in here. I can't deal with it.
You remember that answer in the mother's interview where she said the son said that he came to her saying that the daddy tried to kill him?
I heard that too.
In the mother's interview.
I have to go back.
I've heard that
She
too.
I
reiterated that.
was getting a little, out of it because it was winded, because I didn't want to keep y'all so long without talking to you. Nene and the elbows. You know what, Nene?
I heard that too.
Where's Air Force? He's supposed to be telling us about 99.
Yeah, he done went to sleep or went and got some damn pudding. The probably went and got it from Bill Cosby. I said it.
Oh shit.
I thought it was gonna be hot cocoa.
My ex had feet like eagle talons. He would shut up the feet lover. You know what, Karen? How y'all just come in here with? Oh my god.
Nene said tried to kill him when Kirk's sister got 30 years.
So what you trying to say? He lashed out at him because he was mad that his sister had went to jail. Well, I'd like to know what she got 30 years for. Because you get 30 years, you done did more than run numbers.
Damn.
What number?
Not
Lord, that's all.
Go to bed, not out.
What number? Ooh, child. No, ma'am, leave that alone.
It was a joke. I said she was doing more than running.
Because I was gonna say something else. I said I'm gonna leave it alone.
Okay.
I got what you saying.
I'm just trying to say, what could you do to get 30 years?
Fraud, Monday laundry, racketeering, murder. That's what I said.
Rape. Especially if you in somewhere like Texas.
Florida,
Georgia. Just saying. But you understand what I'm saying? They give stiffer penalties. Those states. So that's what I'm saying. What did she do? It's very interesting. This is it's just oh my God. Okay. The mother, she seemed to just spiritualize everything. Yeah, I caught that, Annie B. I caught that. Because I thought she's about to get up and jump on top of the table.
Not jump on top of the table.
It looked like she got a little height there. I said, well, come on with it. You gonna bring the oil out. I thought she gonna bring the oil, check a little oil out. I didn't know what was going on. You know, I can make jokes, but she did get a little, seemed like she was getting a little height there. I don't know, just something. You don't want to judge a person. Just I don't know, something about that too. Seemed maybe a little off to me. The sister was drug trafficking with her boyfriend. Thank you, Pretty K.
Oh, baby.
Why no details on the molestation? So when did it happen? I don't know, Gypsy. He ain't told us. I guess that's the next audio he gonna release. I have no idea.
Well, maybe he needs to sit down with Oprah and get a full detail.
Oprah said, I'm tired of talking to y'all. I don't talk to y'all. Oprah said, I'm old. I ain't got time for all the interviews. They were trying to rest.
Well, go to Gail.
Right.
The way they choose Gail up with R. Kelly is you kidding. They'll blow that damn morning building up. Alone. They go find somebody else. Who they gonna find? Leave that alone.
Dr. Phil.
Look, she said the mother started talking in tongues, trying to make herself sound holy.
I'm not gonna say with y'all.
Why didn't she address the allegations? I don't know, Dream. You know what? Mom had been practicing the sermon, finally got a piece out. You know, y'all just
this folks is wild, child.
The mom sounded very angry. Perhaps she transferred her anger to her child. Well, it could be. He doesn't say when it happened and where. Well, okay, so are we getting ready to say that's next coming?
Yep. It only gets worse. It goes. It only goes deeper.
But that's why I say you can't take it back. I don't care that's why I said if it's a lie.
When you start threatening a 33-year-old man,
you can't take it back.
When you start threatening a 33-year-old man and you start saying what you're going to do to him, he's going to throw everything. Oh yeah, he's going to throw everything he got on you. Yup, no mercy.
Ooh.
Is Monica still up there?
Monica. Monica.
Oh, she done went to sleep. I just happened to look at the box. I was like, wait a minute. It's 2:19. I need to get my butt out of here. This is crazy to me. Gypsy, we gonna wait and see if he says anything about that. We just have to wait and see. Okay, Pepper, maybe go to statement. Then he could understand these issues. Okay, Pepper, really?
It's a battle.
That's not
We
nice.
ain't seen Stedman in 30, 40 years.
Okay, you know she's trying to be funny. Maybe he could understand these issues. You get that?
Yeah.
God, y'all mean. Oh, wow.
Tough
Monica,
crowd.
look at Nene to my Monica needs some milk. Nene, you can't get to the bed. You and these jokes, I can't stand it. Well, I lost my train of thought.
You said well.
Yeah.
I'm just like, how did it get to this? I mean, last week's events was one thing. We ain't even made it in a full week of that.
His son wanted out.
This?
His
Might
son
be an
wanted out.
explosive weekend. I don't know.
The son
Maybe
left.
it's gonna be an explosive weekend. I don't know. You know.
I want you to change this picture off your user. Please, please change that.
Huh?
Change that picture.
Beetlejuice.
Yeah, please.
I just thought about when she said it the other night.
I can't stand it, SM. And Tiffany too.
Baby.
Please change it. I'm just sitting there looking at it right now.
All right, I'll use something else. Let me back in. Let me back in when I come back on. Let me back in.
Look, put a cross. No, you're gonna get back in up here. You put a cross on at the mall. At the mall or something. With a veil or something. You know, you have to change
Not a veil.
It looks horrible. That look like somebody that come up to you and be like, ma'am, you lost your something. Call the hell out. Turn around. You be like, the hell, you can have it. Whatever it was I dropped. I don't want it.
Hold on.
Did you say they can have it?
Thank you, SM. Thanks for joining me. I'm gonna check out of here, but anything else you want to say, not out, because I'm just befuddled right now. I just see this is
befuddled as well.
This is a train wreck. This is a train
wreck. I just think it's gonna be more to come.
Oh yeah, everybody gonna be talking. Everybody gonna have a show. Everybody gonna want to. It's just bad now. It's gonna be bad.
It's gonna be press tours and interviews and more mud.
He just spoke this week with his wife, right? To Tamara. So imagine it's just now coming into Friday. So you just talked about this, about the audio. Now you're going to have to go back to somebody else, if you choose to, and address why your son is now accusing you of touching him. Jeepers creepers. Right.
Yeah, I definitely think it's going to be more to come and more mudslinging and press interviews. And I'm pretty sure the son is going to eventually give an interview or do a live or something like that. Because I don't see him stopping no time soon.
It's getting ready to jump off now. It's getting ready to be, it's gonna be hot butter tomorrow. Today, rather, Friday. It is today. It's Friday. 4:00 Eastern Standard Time, East Coast time. It's gonna
and
be.
Then the dad is gonna lose endorsements behind this, no matter what, if the allegations is true or not. Because people are not gonna want to deal with him with these type of allegations.
Well,
it was one thing for the bird.
Exposed, but Dream, what if this is true? SM, I'm not studying you. I'm getting ready to get out of here. You come back tomorrow. We'll have us a hot topic tomorrow.
So you do have to remember that whether the allegations are true or not, it has still hurt the reputation of him, and he's gonna lose endorsements and money and potentially, future earnings, and because it can't be tried in a court of law. So it's going to be tried in a court of public opinion, which is sometimes worse than a court of law.
Okay, C-Mac said, if I didn't do nothing, I would have never spoke. Kirk knows what's coming. That is why he started interviewing. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, Pepper said, when did it first hit the news? Well, Pepper, they was gossiping about all this last weekend with that first audio leak. What was that on a Saturday? What was that, a Saturday afternoon, morning, or evening? What was that release? Because we was live when you had said something to me about it. I was already live when you said something to me.
I want to say it was like the afternoon going to the evening or something like that.
Okay.
It
SM
was
said
daytime.
about something. I'm just trying to figure out what is he gonna say now? What is Kirk Franklin getting ready to say now? Because you already denied your child, and you've apologized for cursing him and apologized to others for your behavior. Yeah. So now, what are you gonna double back and say? Or hell, are you even gonna say anything? Just say, just leave it alone.
Well, I'm pretty sure they're gonna have a PR statement, and I'm pretty sure the next thing will be some type of cease and desist. With celebrity sent out.
Sue your son. Here, he ain't got nothing. We're gonna sue him for.
I mean, they use it as a tactic still, even if you ain't got nothing. So, and I do think that it's gonna be more to come with the son sitting down and giving his version, because people gonna want to hear from him, and people gonna in his camp gonna pressure him to speak out.
SM, what is Kirk gonna tell? You know good and well what I just told you. He is not getting ready to admit he touched his child or any other child for that matter. And as far as the other allegations of him liking men, he's not gonna tell that either. No way in the world. He'll take that to his grave. He'll take both if they're actually true. Allegedly. He's never gonna admit to none of that. There's no way.
Again, these are just allegations. We are not taking sides.
Yeah, because I don't know these people. It's not like I've heard something enough to where I could just even think about what's truth or not. But I don't know. So I don't know these people. I've never heard anything about any of these arguments and threats over the years. And I don't know anything about it. And I don't know these people. I've never heard anything about them. The only thing I ever heard negative about Kirk Franklin was the addiction to porn years ago when he did the interview with Oprah Winfrey. That's all I've ever heard negative about him. I didn't know anything about his life, children, family, marriage. I didn't know anything.
Nothing. Right. And so, like I said, once again, the son is going to have to sit down and explain it, because you can't give a public part of a story. They're going to want to hear everything. And eventually he's going to be pressured to tell this story. So I just hope the story is true.
Yeah. If men
he's going to have to back it up.
That Kirk will look like a lie. Okay, Pepper, please stop. If the men come forward, yeah.
What men y'all talking about? What men?
The Air Force One.
That's why I told Air Force to come up here to tell us.
C-Max says, I'm not taking sides. Kirk is on my playlist. This is more than a black cussing out. Girl, I don't know what this is.
Well, girl, don't take them off your playlist. That's your right.
This give a new meaning to the church under the tent. I'm dead.
Baby, but I want to hear from Father Jakes.
Oh, TD Jakes ain't gonna say nothing.
So, baby, they threw his name in there, so I want to know how long Father Jakes been on the main line.
That's why you shouldn't have done that, because now you put him in this mess. You shouldn't have did that to TD Jakes. You shouldn't have never did none of that. All this should have stayed private as far as the audio. And then now you're going to throw TD Jakes. And now everybody, you see it's a week later, we waiting to hear what TD Jakes got to say. Everybody else chiming in. You hear TD Jakes? Did you hear anything from TD Jakes? He ain't said nothing. Like, yeah, I was on the main line. I was a third party listening in. He ain't said nothing because it's not his place to say anything. To be like, yeah, and this was said, because it was a private conversation. This is crazy, man. This is real. Well, I thank you all for joining me. Thank the mods. One basically that was up. Thank you so much, Night Out. I thank you all for listening, watching. I will bring you more information pertaining to the story, because I'm sure it's going to pop off later today and the weekend, with people having different versions and commentary about the said matter. You're entitled to believe what you want. As I state, I never claimed to know what is the truth about this allegation against Mr. Kirk Franklin, or the allegations from last week. I really couldn't understand what transpired last week and how that came to be. But obviously it was a private conversation that a portion, just an itty bitty portion, got leaked. And as I stated then, I didn't see this man just jumping off for nothing, somebody said something for him to get to that point. Whether one was in the right or wrong, I do not know, because as I stated, I don't know these people. But I think it's sad nonetheless. I'm praying that the allegations are not true. But either way, if they are, Mr. Franklin is doomed. If the allegations are lies, he's doomed. Because the only thing you are worth is your word. You're worth your word. That's all you're worth, is your word. And for someone to come out and say these nasty things about you, I mean, and I'm not saying people can't recover from gossip, lies, but this is horrible. So we will see. If you'd like to donate to the channel, Cash App, Big Angie 129. Thank you so much. And like, share, subscribe, drop your comments below. This is Everyday Shenanigans. I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for sitting up late with me. Bye. Be careful. Have a wonderful weekend.